Are we on there?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today, we're going to talk about self-pity and making yourself the black sheep. I'm Lady Bounce.
I'm Kryptonite, y'all.
All right, so you want to do the mindfulness minute first and then go into it because they feed into each other?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's do
now,
that.
first of all, let me apologize. Y'all, I'm really tired right now.
It's okay.
So excuse me if I babble or stutter or stammer or all of that stuff because I need some sleep. Okay, so observing and releasing the emotions. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. A mighty bull can be led with one pinky finger through the ring in its nose. A giant battleship can be steered with a wheel the size of a hubcap. A skilled martial artist can body slam a person many times bigger and stronger with a flick of the wrist. In the same way, our emotions, though very subtle, can get the better of our wits and govern our actions. This evening, are your emotions ruling you, or are you ruling your emotions? If you wanted to control them, could you? Take a look at your emotional state at the close of the day. Notice whatever you feel in a completely non-judgmental way. I'm sorry, y'all, that was non-judgmental. I kind of stumbled over that. Is it rage, frustration, joy, boredom, sadness, fear, or lust? Attend as much as possible to the emotion, noticing its contours, its exact feeling. Once you have a good fix on it, realize also that this state is temporary. It has arisen and it will fade again. Set this feeling adrift on the ocean of consciousness and do not cling to it. Move into the observer position and watch.
Wow.
Well, now.
That was powerful.
Well, now. You know, I just realized there was a whole conversation I meant to have with you before we started this.
Okay.
And now I know it's too late. I can't do it now.
No, you can't do it now.
No, I can't do it now. Okay. So, let me see. In situations where, say, you either are considered the black sheep of the family, or you have someone that considers themselves the black sheep of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really truly a situation where the family has exiled that person, or have they exiled themselves? So, and then there comes a point where if you truly have done everything on your side of the fence to let them know that, hey, I want to make this bridge. I want to cross this over. I want a relationship with you. I want you to know that I care about you. I love you. We are family.
Right.
And I want to be included in your life, and I want to include you in my life. And if that person still is just combative, they just fight against it for whatever reason. Their thoughts are, oh, you don't really care. You don't really mean it. It's always the same, blah, blah, blah. Does it become a mental situation then, like you know what I mean? Like, because if you continue to tell someone, hey, I love you, I care about you, this is over. You know, as far as I'm concerned, this is over. Mm-hmm. But they insist upon clinging to it, to hold on to it. Like, to what end, for what reason? That you're not getting the attention that you're seeking.
I would say,
or maybe you are.
in some ways, yeah, you are getting the attention because your audience, your people, like for example, say you put these kinds of things on Facebook. Everybody on your Facebook friends list is your people. That's your tribe. 9 times out of 10, whatever you post, whatever you say, they're going to agree with, they're going to sympathize with, they're going to empathize with. And for some people, those likes and those comments and oh, girl, yeah, you right. They need that to fuel them. When that goes away and people just start, liking your posts when they're positive or when they're happy, you realize that you get more likes or more attention, more pity, if you will, when you post this sad and negative stuff. So then you have to keep thinking about that sad and negative stuff so you can keep bringing it back up. Because if you're not thinking about it actively, if you really have truly let it go when it's dead and it's gone and it's buried, then you don't keep bringing it up.
Well, we already know it's not dead and gone. It's buried, because that's the point of this topic, is that it's not gone. But
Right.
now, taking into consideration, like you said, the tribe that's on Facebook and everything,
Mm-hmm.
you know, unless you go into very specific detail about a situation, don't nobody know what the heck you're talking about.
Right.
And they take what you say as it incorporates it, you know, to their life, to their situation,
Or to their understanding
how
of
it
your life.
how it affects their well, okay, there's that. Yes, and then usually, but yeah, there's that, because you have to take both into consideration. That
Right.
They're either looking at it as, okay, I know your situation, so I can empathize, or yeah, I'm going through something similar myself right now, so I empathize. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, but let's take Facebook out of the equation. We're not even talking about Facebook.
Well, no, yeah, I just said Facebook just for the
No, I
acknowledgement
understand.
purposes. But yeah,
Well, for the acknowledgement purposes,
right,
I do.
because you want
okay, I
somebody
understand.
and if you feel like,
And then you feel like you're not getting that from your
Right.
family, and that's who you supposedly really want it from.
There you
But
go.
that's just,
but if I have feelings, and good, bad, or indifferent, they're my feelings, and I don't feel like this person, family or not, is acknowledging my feelings, then I'm gonna keep saying it until somebody acknowledges how I feel.
yeah, but you're wrong.
And there's the other piece to it though. When I'm in my feelings, as people often say, and everything is negative, it's all bad, it's all bad, it's all bad. That's how I feel. I'm owning my feelings, good, bad, or indifferent. These are my feelings. Now, when other people look at me, like my husband and my friends, and they go, if you don't quit tripping, you know, if you don't get out your feelings, you know, and that kind of thing. But until somebody, you know, I guess it's one of the things, until you hear what it is that you want to hear, then you stay stuck in that place. So unless somebody comes up to you and says, Kryptonite, I understand what it's like when nobody loves you and nobody cares about you. And that's real messed up. But I love you and I care and I'm here for you.
I'm cool. No, look, let me tell you something.
Some people need that though.
No, let me tell you something. Look, okay, I'm not going to coddle your grown ass. Look, no, look. We grown. Let it go, man. Let it go. That stuff happened years ago. You holding on to shit like the justice system holds on to black men. Let it go, man.
But how do I let it go? Nobody showed me. Listen,
I'm gonna tell you how you let it go.
Okay.
When the person sitting across from you is saying to you, despite what you think, I love you.
Right.
What you're talking about, what you're saying is wrong. What you're saying, the reason I don't like you, the reason I don't care about you is this, this, and this. I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Right.
And despite what you think, you're wrong. And all that stuff you're talking about, the reasons I don't mess with you. No, that everybody was young. Everybody made mistakes. We are sitting in a different stage right now. I'm sitting across from you saying to you, I don't care about any of that. I love you and I want you in my life. I want you to be part of my life. I know, right? But if I'm saying this to you, then why are you still holding on to and quoting to me things repeatedly, the same thing over and over? I just told you don't nobody care. I just told you that's irrelevant. I just told you I don't care about that. I just told you that means nothing right now. I just told you that was over there, right? We left it on that side of the room. When we sat down in this chair, we left it up there because we sat down to do something different.
Right.
So what are you doing? Now I'm starting to question your mental. You know, I mean, seriously.
And some people, you know, in anything that you do, there's a payoff. So I guess the thing that only that person can answer is, what is your payoff for staying stuck in these feelings?
Miserable. Your whole everything you do,
right? But why
miserable?
Why do you want to be miserable?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you not want the what you say you crave, the family and especially when somebody is trying to give this to you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just What
Right.
more are you? I'm not.
They're like,
we
I'm
share
not bringing
blood. I'm not giving you my arm. You don't really
right.
need
I'm not
it.
bringing chips to your pity party.
I'm
not bringing the chips.
And I'm not going to choose. Like, I'm not going to choose one over the other. Like, you can't make me choose.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you mean like choose like if I see myself as the black sheep and everybody else is living, loving, and happiness, I'm gonna say you chose that person over me because I'm over here hurt. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, that is
like why would?
Because that's like trying to choose between your children. Like what?
No, it's not.
Well,
I mean, look,
but I'm just saying, like, you're trying to choose one side over the other.
Now, because to an extent, there's another part of that, because there's come a time where you can choose. The question is, why are you making me choose? Because I don't want to choose. It's not a choice that I want to make.
Right.
My choice is to have you in my life.
Right.
But because you're acting the way that you're acting, and you're being resistant.
Right. You're alienating yourself.
Right. You're doing this then now you're making me choose to just do you that way.
Right.
I can't do anymore. I'm not going to stress over the situation.
And then when you do me that way, I'm going to be sad because you did me that way, but you did me that way because I asked for it. You know what I mean? In a way.
Well, yeah. Like, I'm not going to continue to try and make you fit. No, look, the mere fact that I called you should be enough.
Right.
Especially when, you know the things that you do, you know how the conversations that we have.
Right.
So the fact that I called you should let you know. Come on now.
Right.
Let this go. But I mean, hey.
But if I keep, like you said, though, if I keep building the bridge and you keep lighting the match,
then at some point I'm going to stop trying to build that bridge.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be, longer and longer and further in between. And we might be old and gray. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I always live by, I mean, our family, of course, is not perfect by far.
No one's is.
Nobody's is. But I always say family first, family over everything. At the end of the day, when all of this other stuff goes away, all you got is family.
Well, and then so many people lose sight of it. But see, it's not even, so many people lose sight of that. And they feel like a sense of entitlement. Like, I know of quite a few people that really do have a sense of entitlement that they should be some type of priority in everybody else's life.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the people, like if you know me and you know that I'm in trouble, then you should help me because you know me, because you love me and you care for me, so you should help, which anybody should.
Right.
But there are limitations, because sometimes, especially when you self-sabotage.
I was going to say.
Yeah, there comes a time where you have to just be like, I don't want to keep doing this with you.
Yeah. You've got to get off the crazy train or out of the rat race, whatever you want to call it. Like, you keep doing stuff.
Yourself. Like, you keep doing yourself in. Like, it's not even mild. Each situation gets worse and worse. Every time you do yourself royal.
And that is so crazy, because if you look at the average person, preservation is usually at everything. You know what I mean? And that's why, you have the term selfish, because you all about yourself. So if it comes to a thing, if we believe that about humans, that you're always about yourself, then why do you put yourself in situations where you have to be rescued?
Because they are always about themselves. Now, you have no people that's always, it be different levels to it. Like, some people emotionally,
yes,
they are just, they are all about themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is that I want to make this work. I'm going, take for instance, women that are in relationships that with men that they know they should not be in a relationship with, but they're going to make this work because this is what they chose. So this is what they're going to make it work. But you had every reason not to do it before you got in as deep as you got. You had every freaking red flag. Everything you needed to know about that man, you really truly knew about that man, but you refused to acknowledge it because you were so hell bent and you were so determined to make this man be what you wanted him to be, what you had built him up to be in your mind.
Right.
How many of us
I mean, yeah, as soon as you started talking, I immediately got in my head the vision of like at least 4 of my friends who have those exact situations, and I'm going, sus. What
You did this already,
Right,
and it turned out so bad.
Yeah, like what was your first clue that you should have stopped? And then you fast forward 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you're stuck.
Girl,
So
15,
you can't
10,
just
you
can't just walk away because now you're stuck. So you got to make the best of what you have because now you're stuck. But before you got in it or before you got stuck, you had all of these things that told you run. And you didn't run. And so now you want your friends to acknowledge your stuckness, your pity, your everything.
And now even to like, and now help me, put me
right.
Help you know what I'm saying? Help do me.
Give me some advice. Tell me what to do.
No,
like,
it's not. That's not even an issue. Advice is not part of the equation. No, these people do not take advice because if these people took advice, you being the good friend that you are, have given some real life advice, have given some hard facts, and have said, look,
sis,
this ain't it. Right, chill.
Right,
this ain't it. Sis, try again. Matter of fact, why don't you wait a while before you try again? Wait a while.
How about that?
And then try again. But no, these people they only hear that voice that's in their head that says you can do it, do this. They don't hear nothing else. No matter how good the advice, they will just, it's what I want when I want it. And then if I get in trouble, then I need you to help me get out of it.
So then in dealing with our black sheep, it's the same situation.
That's my point.
And no matter, what you say, if I believe it and I perceive it this way, nothing you can say can convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
If I look in the mirror every day and I go, Beyonce ain't got nothing on me. She tried it. Yeah, she got that old camel looking dude with all the money. But best believe, if I walk by, Jay-Z's coming this way. But then my friends be like, lady bounce. Let me holler at you right quick, bounce. Some things we need to work out. I'm not going to hear what you're saying because in my mind, I'm like, the only thing she got over me is that her daddy put her on Star Search real early. I could have did that.
Girl, look, that is...
I'm just saying.
I mean, I understand, but that is a scenario. Okay? But I feel you though. You couldn't have put it no better.
But if I have convinced myself of this, then there's nothing you can say. There's nothing anybody can say to convince me otherwise.
I know people that's like, and I think it depends on what, I don't know what the situation is, but if you're emotional, then it really doesn't matter. Because if you hell bent on revenge, then you just gosh, there's that.
And revenge for no reason.
Yeah, not that, and then if you just hell bent on just being the black sheep, you just hell bent that just don't nobody just.
This is my role
cares.
Now. This is my role, and I'm going to wallow in it because it's what I do.
It's like you gotta be kidding me, man! Like, come on.
Because
it is draining, and that's why you make a choice not to give your energy to it. Because you got time for that.
No, nobody has time for that.
This world about to end.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we need to be making.
What I'm saying. There's too much going on, and we know we have concrete evidence that life is super short. So we don't have a second to waste on superficial, stupid stuff that's in your head.
Man, so don't be mad when you see pictures of everybody kicking it and you're not there.
Right.
That's that. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense at all.
I agree. And then, like we were talking about, in the car on the way over, you gotta own your stuff.
Right.
You gotta own your role in it. If you feel like the black sheep, you need to ask yourself, why do you feel like this? Why do you continue to feel like this? And then why do you continue to do things that make you feel how you don't want to feel? So that's what I'm talking about. Like for that person, some kind of way, there's some kind of payoff. And that's why you stay stuck right there. See, I can't stay stuck right there. I got things to do.
And you got time to be stuck, man.
No.
I'm so old.
like there's a meme I saw on Facebook, and I guess it's loosely translated from a Bible quote where it says, your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't even entered in.
Man.
So I'm claiming that. So because my name is being spoken in rooms I've never entered in, I can't get stuck in this low energy spot with you and your feelings and all of that. I got to keep moving because there's something out there for me, and whatever it is out there that's for me, I know it's for me. You know, my one friend used to tell me all the time, your gift will make room for you. My gift is making room for me, and guess what? I'm stepping in that mug with my Tim's on. I'm just saying, so
take me with you, sis. Take me with you. Aye.
Exactly. So I don't have time for that low vibe, low energy, low self-esteem type stuff. And then, you know, like you said, in the situation you're talking about, if you've told the person repeatedly and you've reached out to make amends to include the person and they choose to self-exile, at some point, they become exiled. They become exiled because at some point I got to be like, you know what? It's not good for my mental energy to keep trying to pull you out of what you in. Because then I feel like I failed somehow that I wasn't able to pull you out of your feelings or whatever it is that you're in.
I ain't gonna feel like that.
Maybe not like a failure, but like I feel like I failed you in some ways because I'm not able to pull you along.
I ain't gonna feel like that. I'm not gonna feel no. I ain't feel that shit. No, I did my part. I let you know I loved you. I reached out to you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I tried. I grabbed for you. I grabbed at your hand. You batted my hand away. How I feel you?
I mean, yeah.
How I feel you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I reached for you. I reached back for you to pull you along, to bring you with me. And you knocked my hand away. Ain't no way I failed you.
Well, I mean, not failed like you failed the person, but just like,
you
like
ain't failed the intent. You ain't failed the person.
That's true.
You ain't failed. You rose above, and in some cases, you might have went beyond.
Right.
Depending on the situation. So I'm gonna walk away, and I'm gonna be okay. Right. I'm gonna go to sleep, real snug
with the fan on
in my bed. You know what I'm saying? Covers pulled up to the chin, bro. I'm gonna be all right. I'm going to wake up the next day happy to be up, running around and speaking to all of those who choose to speak to me. I'll be happy to hear from you. I ain't got no problem shooting you a text. Hello.
What up,
Facebook,
homie?
You know what I'm saying? Instagram,
even though you're not on Facebook.
Well, you know, I got things to do.
I know, but I'm just saying, but you know, it sounded good.
I'll be there sometimes when, you know, when in between things I'm doing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Okay.
Hey. Besides that, man,
Facebook is draining if you don't use it the right way.
If you don't use it the right way, now,
it can be draining.
When I do use it, I'm usually watching some type of interesting video, or
something
doing
funny
on YouTube or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not feeding into. I ain't feeding into much of nothing. I ain't really checking posts. I ain't really on the news feed like that. You know what I'm saying? I try and post something that means something every now and then, but for the most part, I'm too dang on tired. Y'all see me?
I see you.
Man, saddlebags about the
But I'm so glad you're here because the people need what you bring to the table. So I'm glad that you are quote unquote suffering through the sleep.
I am. Thank you very much.
You know, and you're making it.
People. Self-sacrifices for my public.
I like it.
For my fans. That's my radio voice. Like my radio voice. That's like, what was his name?
That's your Petey Green voice.
No. Who was the one? WDA or who?
Oh, Mac J the brother.
Mac J.
Fred the boss.
Mac J, I got that. I can't get quite as deep as Daddy on that Fred the boss, but I got my Mac J on, y'all. I got my Mac Kryptonite on, y'all.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Call me Krypto Mac. Okay, oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's okay. That's the sleep delirious kicking in. But for the person who feels like they are the black sheep, I got some tips. We're gonna pull you out. So we're gonna try. We're gonna send y'all a lifeline. Lifeline. Throw it on in there. Okay. Throw in that jacket. If you need help to recognize it and to pull yourself out, 11 signs that you chronically self-pity. Self-pity is our worst enemy. And if we yield to it, we can never do anything wise in this world. Boom. Helen Keller. Blind and deaf with the wisdom, though. All right. So number 1, you find it hard to laugh at life and at yourself. I laugh at myself all the time, especially at work. My coworkers are like, "You're so funny." I was like, "I know, right? I don't got no sense,
Boy.
but I make my life fun because I want it to be fun."
I work with mentally disabled individuals. I
got
better
that-
do something fun.
How about I work with their kids? Boom.
You stop it, because I really work with real. You talking about
do
parents?
too.
Yes, I know, but on such a different level.
Okay. All right. So this sounds like your black sheep you were describing. You tend to crave drama. You have a melodramatic streak, and everything stems from extreme types of thinking. It's all or nothing. It's black or white type of mindset. Number 3, you tend to crave for sympathy. Self-pity is addictive because it gives us momentary pleasure of being supported, cared for, and emotionally pampered. This is dangerous, highly maladaptive behaviors and ways of developing emotional bonds and connections with other people. Because what you're in turn doing is draining the person that's trying to help you and pull you out. You are draining them as well. Number 4, you tend to be an individualist. Self-pity is the most effective way of keeping yourself separate and independent from your family, friends, and those around you who genuinely want to love you. Here's a big one. You tend to be a past-oriented person. Some people live in the present.
Ding, 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 ding.
Others live in the future.
We've got a winner.
While many others still live in the past. Self-pity is inextricably linked to past-focused mindsets that dwell on past events, hurts, and sadness.
Ding, ding, ding.
Number 6.
Dang, there's more.
You seem to have low self-esteem. People with low self-esteem tend to crave the acceptance and affections of other people as a way of feeling better about themselves. Boom. You have a melancholic temperament. Melancholic temperament in particular is given to bouts of brooding and deep introspecting, which can serve as a perfect breeding ground for self-pity. That's that living in the past and dwelling on and constantly thinking about it. So you're always bringing it up because it's always in your mind. Let it go. Deep down, you don't believe you are worthy of love. This stems from low self-esteem and creates a cycle of self-destructive behavior. Self-pity is one of the greatest tools for the self-destructive person. It creates self-fulfilling prophecies and alienates all the people you love and admire. Boom. You have an unhealthy habit of being self-absorbed. Quite simply, the more self-absorbed you are, the more likely you are to fall into the trap of self-pity. You have a strong fighting instinct. This can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you choose to fight and fight with. When you use it in a negative sense, the fighting instinct is used to battle against life, to fight against the tide and positivity, and to fight against accepting reality. Boom. Last one. You subconsciously feel guilty. Ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oftentimes, self-pity is an unconscious way of avoiding taking responsibility for personal actions or decisions made in the past. When we find it too difficult to accept the wrong that we've committed, sometimes we tend to hide from it by making ourselves the victim rather than other people. And in this case, self-pity is the perfect cowardly self-defense mechanism.
Wow.
Boom. So, if you have discovered that you struggle with this issue, be kind to yourself. Understand that self-pity is a maladaptive coping mechanism, but one that you can remove from your life with time, persistence, patience, and love. Boom.
Well, that was a whole lot of on point statements.
I would
there.
definitely have to say so.
Those fit the situation.
They do indeed. And the best way to combat being the black sheep and having self-pity is to fly and first love yourself. Take care of yourself.
That's right. Because you struggle for a minute to how you can tie it up. You was trying to get it in there.
I got it though. I got it.
You did.
This is what I do. I'm a professional.
You came up with something real quick. I see you.
You saw the wheels moving.
On your toes.
Right.
On your toes. I feel you. I ain't mad at you. That's what's up. I was too sleepy to consider
It's
anything.
okay. I got
I was
you.
looking at the pad like, oh my God.
It's all right. So if you find yourself having self-pity, self-doubts, or making yourself the black sheep, practice some self-love. And the pity goes away.
Aware of what you're doing.
Yes.
Accept responsibility and make a positive change.
I like it. You can find us on SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can email us at flywithusla@gmail.com. Tell us who is the black sheep in your family or your circle of friends, and we're going to give you tips to help you pull them out. I'm Lady Bounce.
I'm Kryptonite, y'all.
And we out.